You are the salt of the earth. You are the light of the world. My dear brothers and sisters, these two declarations from Jesus is a commendation of our Christian life. A reminder for us that to be a Christian is to make a difference of value. Like salt, like light. Jesus Christ used two symbols, these two metaphors, to describe what Christianity stands for. Because these two things, salt and light, were of immense value in his time. Before electricity, it was easy to know what difference light makes in darkness. In the very beginning of creation, we received the information that light is actually very essential and the most fundamental for life to move, for things to grow, and for us to assess what God has created. It is not a mistake that the first thing God created was light, to show the rest of things that would come, and also to make things grow. By calling the Christians light of the world, Jesus Christ was reminding his listeners that being a Christian demands shining out before the rest of people and shining out into the whole world. Light indicates three very basic things. Light dispels darkness, and that is why it cannot be hidden. You cannot put it under a bushel. You cannot put it under a table. It must be put where it will show what is there. So life makes itself evident. It must be such that it is seen. Secondly, light guides. If you want to focus on a direction, you go straight to the light. The light attracts your attention, and that light guides you. It is very evident if you happen to see the plane landing in an airport, especially in the night. It is guided by the lights given. Without that light, it will be off the road, off the track, and there will be disaster. Light guides. Light also make things grow. Without light, there cannot be growth. At least we learned that from our biology. Through photosynthesis, there will be growth. By using this light to indicate what the life of a Christian is a way of reminding us that being a Christian is not just a question of accepting Christ as my Lord and Savior and living my life for myself. But to be a Christian, to be an authentic Christian, I must live in a way that my life becomes evident for everybody. I must live in a way that makes people see something good. I must live in a way that attracts people. And that is why Christ tells them that you must be the light of the whole world. Just as himself, as he declared earlier, is the light. So you must live your life in such a way that people can learn from you. People can see the light, Christ himself, in you. Secondly, as a Christian or as Christians, if we live our lives the way it should be, we become guides to people. The world is looking at Christians, if you like, to give direction. The world expects something positive, something helpful from Christians and Christianity. And when it does not happen, then we are failing. Our life as Christians should also be such that we can empower people to grow. We can make people to grow. We can make them be in spite of themselves and do something positive in their life. But if you look at the way we live, then it looks as if this declaration of Jesus that we are light of the world is an exaggeration. Because to a great extent, the way we live many a time invite darkness, hiddenness, rather than evident light. The way we live does not actually give positive direction to people. Many a time we mislead them. And the way we live does not encourage people to grow. So Christ is using this metaphor to bring us back to track and what we should know. Just as he addressed the Jews, he is addressing us today. Never to forget we are the light of the world. And this light must shine. This light must guide. This light must empower people to grow. He says we are the salt of the earth. Why? Why does he use this? Addressing fishermen and other listeners. For us to understand what he wants us to learn from this, we need to know what salt signifies, what salt does. Again, at least three things. One, salt purifies. It is salt that makes what is foul become clean. What is deadly become safe. As we read in 2 Kings chapter 2 verse 19, Elisha cast salt into water to clean the water, to make it safe for people to drink. It is from there that we have this habit or this ritual of using salt to bless water, holy water. So salt signifies purity, it purifies. And we know it also that salt preserves. Salt is used for preservation. I believe for the Jews who were listening to Jesus when he was using salt as a metaphor, knew what salt does. Because as fishermen, after catching fishes, normally they use salt to spray on them to preserve them from corruption, putrefaction before they go home finally. So salt makes things not to get corrupt. It makes things stay longer before it gets bad or decay. Salt does not allow decay. And that is why salt also is used in somehow as medication, if you like, to fight against bacteria, so that